In today's news, we're exploring the struggles of military families relying on food banks, the link between women's economic empowerment and sexual freedom, and the incredible brain recovery after alcohol abstinence. We're also diving into the potential harm of marijuana on adolescent brain cells and the surprising connection between aging and a dirty litter box. Stay tuned for these fascinating stories. Let's dive into it. New research from the University of Georgia reveals that 1 in 8 military families with at least one child have used food banks or other charitable food distribution resources in the past year. The study, which surveyed over 8,325 families with an active duty service member in the U.S. Army or Air Force, found that the likelihood of using a food pantry increased by 35% for each dependent child. Army families were 131% more likely to use a food bank than Air Force families, and lower-ranking service members were more likely to use these resources than higher-ranking individuals. Additionally, Asian, Black, and multiracial families were about 50% more likely to use food distribution services than white families. The study also highlighted a disconnect between the number of people who need help feeding their families and those actually receiving assistance. In a groundbreaking study, scientists have discovered that abstaining from alcohol for around 7.3 months can lead to significant improvements in brain structure, indicating a remarkable potential for recovery. This research, published in the journal Alcohol, offers hope to those with alcohol use disorders and emphasizes the importance of sustained abstinence. Using MRI scans, researchers analyzed changes in the brain's cortical thickness, or the thickness of the brain's outer layer, in individuals recovering from alcohol abuse. They found that out of 34 regions studied, 26 showed improvements over the abstinence period, suggesting the brain's ability to repair and regenerate itself when alcohol is no longer a factor. However, the pace of recovery may be influenced by the amount and duration of alcohol consumption, as well as certain cardiovascular risk factors. A study suggests that a common parasite, Toxoplasma gondii, T. gondii, found in cat feces, could contribute to signs of aging such as exhaustion and loss of muscle mass. The research found that older adults with a higher concentration of antibodies to the parasite were more likely to show signs of frailty. T. gondii is typically spread through exposure to infected cat feces or by eating undercooked infested meat. Once infected, the parasite can remain dormant in the body for life. The study does not prove that exposure to T. gondii causes frailty, but it does highlight a compelling association that warrants further research. The researchers encourage people, especially those who are pregnant, elderly, or have compromised immune systems, to take steps to avoid infection. A study by Johns Hopkins Medicine has found that THC, the main psychoactive compound in marijuana, may cause changes to the structure of microglia, specialized brain immune cells, in adolescent brains. These changes could potentially exacerbate a genetic predisposition to schizophrenia. Microglial cells play a crucial role in brain maturation, particularly in relation to social and cognitive function. The study, conducted on mice, showed that those exposed to THC had increased microglial cell death and a reduction in the number of these cells, particularly in the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for memory, social behavior, and decision-making. The researchers caution that while the results cannot be directly applied to humans, they suggest potential long-term negative effects of adolescent marijuana use. A new study published in Evolutionary Psychological Science reveals that women's sexual unrestrictedness, or openness to casual sex, is linked to economic empowerment and reduced parenting demands. The research, which analyzed data from over 14,000 individuals across 48 countries, found that women with lower physiological parenting costs, such as lower fertility rates and higher access to contraceptives, were more likely to engage in casual sex. Additionally, as women's economic access increased, so did their sexual unrestrictedness. Interestingly, men's sexual behavior did not significantly change with variations in women's economic access, suggesting that economic factors play a significant role in shaping women's sexual behavior. However, the study is correlational and does not establish causality, indicating the need for further research. That's it for this week's fill of news from the world of science. Let me know in the comments which story you liked best. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please like the video and consider subscribing. See you next week.